Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Millennium Dawn with me, Alpha Pi Omega, Turkey, in the Turkey Plus mod. So the world is changing. I don't know where to start actually. Mostly concerned about the Union of Tesseret, the Republic of Lakoda, and the Great Lakes Confederation. So the United States have completely fractured. That is really interesting. So yeah, the world is changing. The United States are fractured. We had a couple of wars around the world. Ukraine is still where it is. So is Russia. Not that many other changes, but we had a couple of wars in Africa. But this is going to be a major change in the geopolitical balance of forces. When it comes to us, we have actually done quite a lot recently. We removed the Turkish economic sickness, and we are now working on federalizing the country, which will allow us to actually remove all of the penalties coming from the PKK. It's gonna heavily shift the costs and income of our country, so I'm not sure what kind of the exact impact is going to be, but once we are going to have that done, we are going to start going for the other politically which ones, not you, this one, the sectoral campaign, which will then lead us to the agricultural sector and national resources action, because we need more political power, and we're going to use that political power to boost our police and security funding to the police state and removing the mafia once and for all. We also would do well if we could increase the other expenses. I wanted to increase the healthcare and so on, but we just have to wait for it to, properly set everything up. Well, anyway, with that said, let us unpause. The good news is that the economy has finally settled. We're back to 2.4 billion in 2.4 trillion in GDP. The GDP per capita is 43,000. Productivity has somehow jumped up significantly to 846, so we are doing much better. And we got the 2 research slots that we lost. Alright, and can we... Okay, we'll need to wait 150 days for the next upgrade, unfortunately. Oh well. We were researching the Hacker and Koch Picatinny weapon, and I believe we were researching the... Or did we finish that one? I think we finished the Cold War light tank gun. Some modern battle stations. What else could we get? Cold War ammunition. Okay, let's go with the Cold War ammunition. We're then gonna boost and create a variant of the Altai tank. Alright, you can deal with that. Other than that, we're working on the gene editing, the agricultural applications, the construction, human genome projects, and data mining. So a lot of interesting technologies are coming our way. But I also noticed that we are locked away from a ton of future technologies, especially in, where was it? Yeah, here we needed the fire and forget, and that one requires a special project. And I think the same is true for the airplanes, where we need, yes, we need to finish the Wait, where is it? Aircraft experimentation and stealth experimentation. Yeah, we need those secret projects. So we'll need to set up our secret laboratories, or secret... What are they called? I always forget that. The experimental facilities. We're looking at 2 land ones. We're actually not getting anything in the air, so we'll need to see if we can do something. Oh my god. PKK would just not let us be. Okay, but other than that, I'm really happy. The federalization campaign is gonna give us additional 10 stability. The police state is gonna give us additional 15 stability. So we'll actually get over 50, which is something that we haven't seen, I think, ever. We're gonna get additional 12 from the universal healthcare, which is great. By the way, I think the economy is finally completely settled because we have a little bit of unemployment. We have 1.5% at this point, so we can build a couple more factories. But I'm not gonna go for civilian sectors. We're just gonna finish this this Central Anatolian factory. Oh, I'm actually doing really good here. No, you can get to bed. And then we are going to probably start building some 50k for 0.5 gigawatts. Wouldn't it be just better to build the nuclear reactors at that point? I think we're gonna go that way. But we're gonna keep increasing the energy output because we will work through the what is it called, sectoral campaign tree, which is gonna start giving us resources. Okay, fossil fuel power plants here, some more resources, but we're also gonna get eventually, well, I guess not here. Oh wow. But here we're gonna start getting a lot of military and civilian industries, which are gonna be important for us in the long term. So that is what we want to see. Now, how are our shipyards doing? We're almost done with the submarines upgrades, but we're really in deep trouble when it comes to the HP popularity. That really will cost us almost all of the political power that we will have. Yeah, and you guys are now increasing dramatically again. Dang it. Dang it. Truck literacy, unit improvisation, rationalization, office sector, nope. Abu Dhabi National Oil Company. I don't think we can actually do this one now, because it's 2 by 25. We have to do the propaganda next. Yeah, we got 6, so I cannot really do that. Let's just allocate the funds. And know that we can lower them to 5. Yes, we did. Okay, well, this is really... the elections are really starting to be a bit of an issue because they're getting very close and we are nowhere near ready for that. They assassinated a high-ranking official. Alright, well, I guess they're determined for us to actually lose. And be removed. Alright, so you start researching this nuclear reactor, ABWR. Advanced Boiling Water Reactor is a type built on previous boiling water system for improved output. Its state-of-the-art boiling system makes it the earliest Gen-3 reactor. Multiple new additions in safety and an addition of digital control gives the reactor a huge leap ahead of earlier reactor designs. Alright. Consumes less fuel, produces more power, and costs less. That is actually amazing in every regard. Alright, we need to import more fuel, unfortunately. Okay, debt is 15.3% and we got interest rate of 0.8. So at this point it doesn't even make sense to repay it, but I just like to, you know, get rid of it. So we got elections in 2007. And they're probably not gonna be able to re-elect, but Jab I could re-elect with HP, but they would be leading the government, I think. I have to see. Alright, you're gonna take away the political power that we have, but we got 44 stability now. And we have to check what's gonna happen to the economy. Okay, not much has happened, alright. But did you please, for the love of God, remove the PKK? Yes, it's gone! It is gone. No more PKK for us. No more PKK attacks for us. Alright, so this will have to wait. Now, sectoral campaign, that's 100 political power for 70 days. You can actually start working on the better model of the car. Utility vehicles are the vehicles employed by motorized infantry forces as transports to the battlefield. The earlier generation models, jeeps and trucks, are virtually unarmored and differ mainly from their civilian counterparts by being more rugged and having greater mobility in difficult terrain. Later generation models feature Humvee-like vehicles with better armor and mine-resistant vehicles with further improvement in crew protection. If the vehicles are armed at all, it's usually lighter weapons such as machine guns. Alright, so you deal with that. 100 days before we can get the laboratories. Honestly, if they asked me now to negotiate, I would. And I would just introduce everything, which would bury my chances to get HP elected, but I think it would, boost us in ways we cannot imagine at this point. That would be the 5. I think they would just ask for the simple upgrades to what they expect, wouldn't they? Yeah. The Armenian-Iran Free Trade Agreement. Alright, so I feel like we have finished everything that we had here, didn't we? Wait, what's going on here? Have you guys been all upgraded? You were. Gambia's. Yeah, all of our ships are actually upgraded. So I think what we're gonna do now is we are just gonna revert. Wait, what am I doing? It's in the production, yeah. Revert back to convoys. Because we will be able to use those long term and there is no issue. Oh, we get the new guns. I forgot about that. So, we are producing the HK for the free ET1. And here we get the HK for the free E Picatinny. Defense 10.7. You got 9.7, 3.7. You got 4. Soft attack 14.7. You got 12.8. Hard attack 1. You get 1.1. Reliability 90. You get 88.2. So we could potentially improve this one significantly. Yes. We don't want to cut corners actually. Not that we even can, but we could design it like this. Defense, soft attack, reliability, breakthrough, hard attack. So let's call it HK for the free ET1. This Picatinny can be put as outdated, and we're gonna start producing the Yodis. So our units are gonna get even better weapons. 44k of them still needs to be upgraded, but we actually have probably one of the best weapons now in the world when it comes to infantry weapons. Considering it's for 10 years, it makes sense. Okay, large weapon cache found. Well, we don't have much of a choice, do we? But yeah, look at that. Political power is just gone. The way how HP is unpopular is the only thing that's actually really worrying me right now. Cooperation with Turkish mafias. Anti-popularity. The non-aligned is not very popular. Generally. Grenada, yes, sure. 44 though, stability is really nice. What is about the 63% though? That's something. And as I said, we have a little bit of unemployment, so nice, actually. That is really nice. Let the population grow even further, because that will allow us to get more people out there working eventually. Alright, what's next? I'm working on you. I'm working on this. This is way ahead of time. Renewable power generation factor. You actually heavily improve the speed at which we can How much fuel does the population use? From industries fuel, wait, base gain, minus 40k. Saying base gain is minus 40k. So this could potentially lower it quite a lot. But I'm not sure we want that. Let's actually start working on the renewables, because this alone gives us 160% extra speed, and if we get it a little bit further, we might start building those together with the nuclear reactors instead of any kind of fossil fuel power plants. Significant advancement in photovoltaic cell energy results in higher solar energy conversion rates, making solar panels more productive and cost-effective. Okay, available, we cannot get those yet, though. Wish you could spend money. Yes. So what options do we have here? Joining the EU, the propaganda, we know about that. Anything here that would increase our political power gain? Nope. You would. But I don't want that. They have a pro-Western, they have political power, cost stability. Okay, let's get this one. It helps Western and gives a little bit more political power. So let's just choose that one. We can't do anything here or here. These are all decline or corruption. Actually, you know what we can do? We can go with... Oh, but it lowers political power gain. Alright, so we cannot do that, but it would be good to boost the non-aligned autocrator on, because that would make HP more popular. Influence modifiers. I think we might want to do some dams. So let's actually start all three of them. We do not really have that much running now. Yes! Okay, so we're moving from stable growth to fast growth. Nice. So now the actual effect is extra stability. Construction speed is increased, maximum migration rate is increased, and monthly productivity growth goes up as well. 3.6. Nicely done. Nicely done. But where were we? Here. Housing inequality, effects of peace, effects of unstable state. We're very close to being stable. Quality, but not too much quantity. Nothing here. Subsidize Western culture. Yeah, we cannot do this. It's gonna bury us. And there isn't anything else that I can do right now, really. So let's just move through this. And the sectoral campaign itself is not gonna save us. It's just gonna give me a little bit. Then you will give me another 100. And these ones give more. But the issue is, the real issue is that by that time we will have the elections. Okay, Ukraine has collapsed. Spain wants to build us an office sector. I'm not interested. Yeah. Kharkov, Luhansk, Donetsk, and Crimea declared independence. Privatization. Yeah, they have a massive tree as well. Look at that. This mod is really a lot of fun. Okay, Cold War ammunition is finished. Let's get the modern ammunition as well. Then we're gonna actually finalize that. Because what we could do now is I could take the Altai tank, but you can see that no, actually this one doesn't cost much. Just yeah, better weapons and better gun. Okay, we might actually put him up for production instead of the cannons. We do not have. Well, and we'll have to import a little bit of steel, but we can start producing them. Non-aggression pact from Slovakia, right? And Albania, sure. That's a bit strange, but alright. So the Altai tank will be produced, and that is something that we needed for a long time, because we got everything else. The Tibet Special Administrative Region is established. Following a positive reaction in the Tibetan Autonomous Region to recent liberalization from the return of Dalai Lama, the Chinese leadership has decided to replace Tibet's Autonomous Region status with a Special Administrative Region. Large degree of self-rule. China is liberalizing, really? Yeah, it is. That's interesting. So you guys are liberalizing while the United States have collapsed. What do we even have here? Western outlook, Western outlook. Everybody is Western. Ah, okay. Southern Republic of America is non-aligned. You guys have a merging, really? Western, Western. Council of National Preservation. Establishing election. Do you guys have a tree? You do. Well, there might be some shenanigans coming from that down the line. And I'm all for shenanigans, but we have shenaniganed a lot. And I'm a little bit afraid of what might come out of it. So we're gonna finish, and yeah, we couldn't do that, but can we start building the nuclear fuel? my battery pack. I don't think we have any total generation. We have no nuclear reactor. Enrichment facility. Free enrichment facility. Enrichment facilities utilized to produce nuclear material for our reactors and our nuclear weapons. If you wish to go nuclear in any regard, you will need at least one of these facilities to produce enough material to support your goals. If you do not already have an enrichment facility, some nations may be willing to intervene in your nation or demand we make some concessions. Because that was a way how you could buy nuclear fuel. But I don't see, maybe we would need to do it elsewhere. There was a nuclear panel somewhere. Was it here? No, the satellite system. Officer core. State buildings. Trade. International market. Not sure. Well, either way, we finished the first step, so now let's continue with the agricultural sector. Stability and political power gain, just what we need. Anyway, I'm gonna end the episode here, and in the next one we are gonna continue. It's April and we have the elections in October. The thing is, Geopolitical is gonna win the elections. So if we can boost HP at least a little, we can form the same party or same coalition, but in this case it's gonna be Geopolitical who's gonna be leading it, and that might be enough for us. We'll see. Anyway, see you next time.